I'm Lauren with Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the BAGSMART Blast Extended Carry-On Travel Backpack, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. Let's dive in. The material on this bag is pretty straightforward. So it's made with a nylon material that they say has like a weatherproof coating on it. I'm gonna bring it up a little closer to the camera so you can get a closer look at it. It has like a ripstop pattern to it. It feels like a very, very light material. It's very flexible, and also this bag, it's an expandable bag because it has an expansion zipper, which we'll get into, but it also, because the materials are so flexible, you can really start to like overpack this thing, which is nice if you are going to be, taking on this on a bunch of different trips. But you can start to expand it beyond the personal item restrictions. So for example, I took this on a flight to Boston. I was flying Spirit and I just had a personal item bag. I didn't have a carry-on. And this does fit the personal item restrictions. And so if I had it just like this, it fit perfectly fine underneath. But if you start to load out some of these compartments, then it can start to get a little bit too wide. And if they do check you at the gate, you could be asked to pay for a carry-on or to check your bag or something. So something to keep in mind. But the material does feel like pretty durable. What doesn't feel super durable are these zippers. So these are unbranded. They're just kind of like chunky. They've got like thicker teeth to them. I didn't have an issue with any of them breaking or anything. There were some loose threads kind of around like some of the inside of the compartments, and sometimes I had a hard time passing over those, but that's just something you would just cut off because it was just kind of like loose hanging out there. It wasn't like it was unraveling. But I did actually have an issue with this top zipper unzipping when I was pulling the bag out by the handle from under the seat in front of me. And I think that was more of just like, I didn't have a ton of space and there was just like too much tension, and I think it was like kind of a perfect storm. I didn't have an issue with these like slipping or coming undone when I was just like walking around or something. We do have a couple different carry handles. So that one on the top that I grabbed, there's also one on either side, or sorry, there's actually just the one, not one on the other side. But with those, they're decently padded, like they're nice and cushy. But I didn't really find myself carrying the bag this way very often, especially because like if you carry it that way, it just starts to get a little bit saggy. I mostly kept this as, actual like backpack on my back. We also have this expansion zipper here, and then compression zippers or compression buckles, which I found helped if I felt like the bag was just a little bit too chunky. Then I could really tighten it down with that. Considering how much gear you can fit in this bag, this harness system is pretty simple. So there's just some like light padding on this back panel. There's a luggage passer if you wanted to put this in, or like carry this in addition to a rolling luggage carry-on, something like that. And then the padding on the straps, I would say, is pretty similar in thickness to this back panel. And you can see it, that looks like thickness there, but it's really just like the backpack actually bulging out. If I flatten that, you can see more so how thick that padding actually is. So it's not really that substantial. I found it too, like the padding itself I found to be comfortable. The bag does mold to your body pretty easily though. So I think it's like carry comfort is more attributed to how it actually fits when it's on, which I'll show you in a second, versus like the harness system. I felt like I didn't need too much more than this. This sternum strap is on a sliding rail, and it moves pretty easily. Sometimes it could slip out of place, but for the most part it stayed where it needed it to be. And it did help alleviate a lot of the stress off of my shoulders. But I found that the carry comfort, like a lot of it came down to how it sat on my back and like how low it was, which again, I'll show you in a second. But the addition of like a hip belt or something, I don't know necessarily would have solved that much. So I didn't really feel like I needed it. It probably would have just added extra weight or being a little bit clunky, but maybe like load lifters, something like that may have helped a little bit with carry comfort. But let me show you what it looks like on. When the bag is on and I turn to my side, you can kind of see that it looks like it's like pulling me back a little bit, and it definitely feels that way. Like it feels a little bit unbalanced, a little bit top heavy. So I really did lean on this sternum strap to give me a little bit more support on my shoulders. If I had this off, it's hanging, I don't even know actually if you can see a huge difference, but like this is with without the sternum strap. And then when I put the sternum strap on and tighten it, it's more about here. I'm actually curious if that like visually looks like, if you can see how it changes, because it really does feel like it's taking some pressure off of my shoulders. But I do feel like the weight is attributed more to like how the backpack fits versus the padding. So if I were to tighten this to try and bring it up a little bit more on my back, it actually just kind of like stiffens and makes it more uncomfortable on my shoulders and my back, especially with the laptop in that back compartment. So for me, the carry comfort, I just kind of committed to it being a little bit lower down and hitting my lower back. And it was comfortable enough. I had a 10-minute walk through the airport and I didn't have any issues with it feeling overwhelming. If you're finding this video helpful, hit subscribe so we can keep making content to help you travel smarter. There are a lot of secondary compartments on this bag, so we're gonna dive right in. Starting with this water bottle pocket on the side. So they say this can fit up to like, or larger than a 40-ounce water bottle. I would say that is true. It just depends on how much gear you have on the inside of the pack, because it'll be harder to fit a large water bottle in here if this is like absolutely stuffed to the brim. This is a 30-ounce Walla that I've been testing, and I thought that this was fine. It felt secure in here, but I actually just looped these compression straps through this top little carry handle so that it added like a little bit of extra security. And then I wasn't worried like about this falling out quite as much, especially once I put it in under the seat in front of me on the airplane on like my ride home. I didn't have it out or anything. So that was nice to have that ability, but works pretty well. It's just like a stretchy mesh material, which is actually the same material as this pocket on the front. So this front pocket here is unzips at the top. So if you're looking at the bag, you know, this is how you would have the bag on, and you come in from the top there. This is a nice and stretchy pocket, but the biggest issue that I found with this is that because it's so stretchy, it's really easy to want to just shove a bunch of stuff in there. And the more you shove in here, the more it's going to pack out this way. And if you add too many items in, then you start to, you know, it'll end up being wider, and then you're going to have trouble getting that into the like carry-on compliance thing that they have at the gate if they decide to check you. So that's something to really kind of be mindful of. I ended up not using this pocket a ton for really anything unless it was just like quickly dropping something in here. Like I put some snacks in here. I also like dropped my Kindle in here at one point, my phone, like that type of a thing. So kind of up to you what you use it for, but it is there. And if you don't use it, it's flat and out of the way. We also have this side pocket here. Similar kind of sentiment. If you overpack this pocket, then it starts to cut into this space, and then that space, you know, expands out. So I actually also use flat items in this compartment here. I use this, I only have a pair of gloves in here right now, I think, yeah. Only have a pair of gloves in here right now, but I also use this for like winter hat and stuff. So that was nice just for some like extra layers. The pocket is pretty substantial, so it's like this entire panel basically. And then when it's all zipped up, it just kind of, you know, is out of the way. These are paracord zipper pulls kind of around the, across the board. So that's like a nice, just soft feeling, easy to grab, big old knob, that type of a thing. Then we also have a hidden pocket. On the back panel, I didn't find myself using this basically at all. It's a good spot for a passport if you were wanting to like keep it in a secure spot while you're, you know, walking around, since it's going to be against your back. But it is pretty visible, like with this larger zipper pull. There's, you know, a gusset up here as well, or a zipper garage. So it's, you know, not exactly like the most hidden, even though it is like technically a security pocket. So I didn't really find myself using it. Plus, if you put too many chunky items in here, or too many items in general, you can start to feel that through the back panel. So I just sort of ignored it. If you don't use it, you don't use it. There's also this side pocket here, which I found to be a really good spot for like a phone. So like this is very easy. Also, if you swing the bag over around to your front, you can quickly shove stuff in there and take it out. So if you know you're going through security and you just want to like quickly tuck everything away, that's a really good spot for that. And then we also have this top pocket here. So this top pocket is that U-shaped zipper that I was talking about earlier, where when I pulled the bag, it like, I think what happened is it almost like wasn't shut all the way. So when I pulled, this stretched and this just like kind of busted open. It didn't break the zipper, but I did like have to kind of check around to make sure that all of my stuff didn't like go flying out of like, you know, everywhere, because I was still on the plane. But opening up the zipper, this is kind of what I use as like a dump pocket. So I have, there in here is a zippered pocket, and I ended up putting this zipper pocket is where I kept all of like my tech stuff, my chargers, Because what I liked about this is when I put this bag underneath the seat in front of me, like if my feet are here and the seat in front of me is here, I put it there. And then if I wanted to get to one of my charging cables or something during the flight, this was super accessible. I also put any other items I would potentially want to get to right here. This is also a good spot for that because you can just kind of like quickly reach in and grab it. But with this, like when I was on my trip to Boston, I kept my cables in here, and then I put my keys in here actually, because it was just easy to like dump them in there, and then they weren't sticking out over here anywhere. But there is no key leash, which I did find myself missing. Usually I don't care that much, and this time I was like, oh man, I wish I had a key leash. But anything you want quick access to is good. This shares space with the main compartment, so whatever you pack in here, just kind of keep that in mind. So if you wanted to kind of keep it more shallow and use the main compartment space instead of, you know, putting items in here, that is a good option as well. And then the other thing with this pocket is I found this gusset, basically every single time I opened and closed this pocket got stuck, and it was like in the way, so I kind of had to always tuck it out of the way, which is more of a tedious thing than anything. And then we have this back panel here, unzips completely, and this is where you keep your laptop. I basically, every time I went into this pocket, I didn't unzip it completely. If you unzip it like halfway, you can still get to your device. This has like a little Velcro thing to keep it in place. Fits up to a 16-inch device, so that was fine, or I think it's like the 15.6 or whatever, but I was able to fit a 15 in there. There's no false bottom or anything, so it goes right down to the bottom. And honestly, if I was going to be checking this bag, which I know it's like kind of pitched as like a carry-on or a personal item, if I was going to be checking this bag, I would definitely you have enough space to add like extra protection for your device, and I would recommend that, just because this material of this bag is so flexible that I'm less concerned about it like breaking open so much as I am like when you toss this thing around, there might not be enough padding for your device to keep it safe. So something to keep in mind, definitely to each their own, but I would personally do that. With this front pocket too, you can use that for like a Kindle or something. I preferred it to be quicker access, so I put it in the front, but you could do like a tablet or like your Switch or something if you wanted in there. And then on this side, you have some mesh pockets that you could do. Like I have a charging brick, or like I have a wall charger and then a cable in here. I just left these empty, to be quite honest, because I would rather, these are another pocket where it'll either cut into the main compartment or butt up against your laptop. And for me, this wasn't super functional. Plus it was way down at the bottom versus being up top. So it wasn't like quick and easy to grab stuff out. So I just ended up leaving this like pretty much empty and not even bothering with it, since I was able to like use pouches and things everywhere else in the bag for the stuff that I needed that was like tech related. So it's there if you want it. I personally didn't miss it. Looking at the main compartment, there are like two different kind of spaces that share that main area. So first up is this shoe compartment down at the bottom. So this unzips, and you can see I have a pair of shoes already in there, which I'm gonna leave in here actually until we get into the main compartment. I just wanna show you where you get access to them. It does have two drainage holes, so if you put like wet shoes or something in there, then that will help them like help dry / kind of filter out, but it's kind of tricky with the shoe compartment. Shoe compartments in general, when they share space with the main compartment, is a little bit tough. But looking at the main compartment, we have a top zippered pocket. This is kind of like it's like almost like a TPU. So I guess like on the inside and out. So theoretically you could put toiletries in here, but if you're going through security and they ask you to take your toiletries out, then obviously that's like you're gonna have to have a separate bag anyway. However, if you're not doing airplane travel and you wanted to just shove all your toiletries in this bag and like get to an Airbnb and unpack, then like I could see that being functional. I personally use this for like either a ball cap is what I put in here. I also like started putting like used socks and underwear in there when I was on my trip, and I just shoved it all in there and then took it out and like dumped it in the laundry when I got home. With this main compartment, this does have a compression strap, but it doesn't actually hold anything down, which I think is interesting. We found this in the smaller size as well, where like even with everything packed up basically to the brim here, there's still so much extra space here. And like I can't really see a world where I'm overpacking the bag past this mouth, especially because if you do, then you really don't have any space to put items in these compartments. So this kind of was more in the way than anything, honestly. I just sort of ignored its existence because it doesn't tighten any past this, but you can loosen it. So I just kind of tucked it away, which whatever, it's not in the way, I guess, technically. In here I have a toiletry bag, and then I have a pouch. Then I have one packing cube. I tested these BAGSMART packing cubes at the same time, so check out that review if you want to know more about those. But I put one on my trip, actually. I didn't utilize the shoe pouch, which we'll talk about in a second, but I put 2 of these medium-sized cubes side by side, and those fit perfectly, and then I had space to spare on top. In this case, you could do a medium-sized cube and this like skinnier cube and kind of tuck that into the side. So in this, my trip was only a long weekend, and I actually didn't end up wearing everything I brought. So in this, for sure, as is, you can definitely fit like up to a week of clothing, I would say, as long as you utilize like a capsule wardrobe. But if you want to utilize this extra expansion, they say it takes you from 28 liters to 38 liters, or at least that's the range of the backpack that they give. It doesn't really feel like it. Maybe it is technically. I would say the bag itself definitely feels like 28 liters. But I wouldn't say that like it felt closer to a 40-liter bag once I actually utilized the expansion. It felt more like a 35 almost, maybe like between a 30 and a 35. It gave me enough space to fit like an extra cube and like a pouch or 2 maybe. So if you do want to utilize that, just keep in mind that it will take you outside of those personal item restrictions, and this will be more of like a carry-on specific bag. With this too, it might be handy if you do utilize the shoe pouch, because when the shoe pouch is full, you can see this is a size 10.5 men's shoe. You can see it's taking up a decent amount of space, and these shoes are very easy to compress. So if you have a chunkier shoe or like a sandal, or like I would use a sandal more than anything in this, then it can start to basically, like that's a lot of shoe space, and like if you put your shoes in here, then you basically don't have any room for anything else. So I don't really find myself using shoe compartments in general. You could use that for like if you maybe have like a bathing suit or something that's still a little bit damp, or a towel, you can just kind of keep it separate. But this isn't a completely waterproof material either, so theoretically that moisture could still start to seep into your bag. So there's a few like caveats, you know, you have to kind of get used to some of the features and how they interact with each other. But I would say like the best part about this is that it's a great budget bag if you are only taking like a couple of trips a year. But if you're traveling more, you might want to invest in something a little bit more sturdy. So there you have it, the BAGSMART Blast Extended Carry-On Travel Backpack. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.